They'd prefer you never discovered this, but the truth is, this file wasn't banned for being dangerous. Because it was effective, it was prohibited. It reprogrammed people rather than merely guiding them. This approach could uncover more in a single session than years of therapy could, and it was buried for precisely that reason. Let's be clear right away. This was not intended to be a therapeutic tool. Making people feel better was never its aim. It was just there to make them see, even if they were broken by what they witnessed. Every individual has two separate inner worlds. One that exists on the surface, where we pretend to understand ourselves, smile, and give explanations, and there's another one below it, where the truth is unspoken, not touched, frequently too upsetting to confront head-on. The area between those two layers is where the black file technique originated. It began with off-the-book studies, unofficial notes, and files never meant for public view during the early 1980s underground trauma research. In order to unearth long-buried memories and repressed emotional patterns, the early researchers experimented with what they called deep retrieval techniques. One document was more noticeable than the others. Behavioral interruption. Protocol, classified report. There was one handwritten note inside. After 15 years of therapy, the subject's memory was recovered without being reported. Result: emotional collapse, followed by identity reconstruction. The method is prohibited in all upcoming research. What would later be referred to as the black file technique was inspired by that scribbled sentence. Here's what no one tells you though. This method wasn't kept a secret because it was dangerous. It worked too well to be concealed. This approach is not therapeutic. It has no intention of connecting. It won't reassure you that you're healing or validate your feelings. It doesn't use your story. It omits the well-written story. It forces you to face your uncensored truth. By going straight to the drawer that conceals it, many therapists decline to continue after seeing the results of the early testers. It lacked empathy, some said. It was too destabilizing, according to others. Off the record though, they acknowledged the true problem: you can't go back to the person you've been posing as if you access your black file too soon. It has that kind of power. Now you may wonder, what exactly is this file? This is the solution. Everybody has one. There is no paper or folder. So it is not physical. It is a psychological concept. The hidden code behind your actions is an invisible archive full of suppressed trauma, identity fragmentation, generational pain, and suppressed instincts. That's the reason you shun closeness, why you look for rejection, why do you erupt without any apparent cause, why you freeze when you're seen for who you really are, why your success in public seems phony while you collapse in private. What's the worst? Most of it wasn't made by you. It was ingrained in you through your upbringing, culture, and the unresolved pain of people in your immediate vicinity. People truly live on autopilot for that reason, not because of their flaws. However, because a script they have never read is controlling them. Their black file, silently controlling everything. Why mention it now? Because we live in a world full of superficial healing, dopamine-chasing advice, and inspirational sayings. You also deserve actual tools. Another self-love. Motivational video is unnecessary. Affirmations are unnecessary while old. Trauma gnaws at your chest too. Access your black file, which has been waiting for you in the basement of your own mind. You must have the bravery and a flashlight. But first, a warning. Your relationship with yourself will change forever once you unlock it. You will encounter aspects of yourself that are cunning, fearful, aloof, cruel, or even manipulative. You'll be able to identify actions you previously thought were fate. Moments you believed to be forgotten will be relived. Clarity comes at a cost. That's the price of reality. This process destroys innocence. Are you still reading? Then prepare yourself, because I'll show you the actual process in part 2. Not theoretical abstraction. A straightforward, psychological framework for locating, unlocking, and deciphering the programming's hidden components. You will not emerge unaltered. However, you won't ever feel lost again. because the reacting stops as soon as you hold your black file. Then comprehension starts. You now understand what the black file is. The change starts here. This is no longer theory. It is a form of practice. Don't get too excited, though it's not magic, it's conflict. One last caution. You won't be the same person you were when you finish this process exactly. This has nothing. Self-reflection is not gentle. It is designed to interfere with autopilot, to get past your mental barriers. 2. Reveal the unvarnished truth that you have been avoiding for years. No fanciful staircases. No scenarios from dreams. This is exposure, which is based on 5 fundamental phases. Be careful when using. If you're sleep deprived, emotionally unstable, or overwhelmed, don't do this. You need to be acutely aware and have a stable nervous system, because when you open a real file, you may unleash emotion that needs to be processed right away. Step 1. Prepare first. It's simple, but not many people do it. This is the reason they fail. Find a quiet place, lock the door, disconnect all screens and turn off the noise. Sit up straight and stay away from beds and couches. Get a pen and paper out. Writing by hand is significant. This causes you to slow down. Set a timer for 45 minutes. Before you get up, you wait for it to ring. This is not meditation, it's a mission. This is what that really means. Instead of relaxing, you're getting ready to face. There are fewer reasons to unplug when distractions are removed. The body position tells the mind that this is significant. The pen slows down the process, just enough to reveal truth. That timer, what about it? It keeps you confined, even when it gets uncomfortable. And this is the section that most people skip. S stands for pressure preparation, not peace preparation. Comfort stops the process in its tracks. You're entering a room without any mirrors, so you're not easing in. The first doorway is this one. You either enter it all the way through. Don't dump the surface files in step 2. Write the prompt that follows. Which 10 examples do I still consider but never bring up? Each memory can only hold one line. No explanations. Some will seem ridiculous. You might be shaken by others. That's the point. Your black file is hidden here, and your conscious mind has been guarding it for years. This is the reason it works. The mind protects itself by downplaying the very things that shaped you. Consequently, when a memory seems insignificant, focus more on it. Every detail you fail to notice is a doorway to a past version of yourself. Fractures, not memories, are what you're searching for. And sometimes the silence is the crack, not the story. There is more to this step than just writing. They're digging. Here are 3 more things to be aware of. Anything you are hesitant to write has weight. It's like a compass. This is psychological surveillance, not journaling. You're doing it correctly if the list seems unpolished. Locate the fracture in step 3. Examine the list. Look out for these 3 signs. Sudden tightness in the chest or abdomen. A wish to forget. About a memory. Total numbness. That's the entrance. Your brain only buried what felt uncontrollable. Make a circle out of it. Here's why this matters. Your eyes tend to ignore the memory that your body recalls too vividly. Avoidance, not forgetfulness, is protection. And numbness. It's too much to try to disappear, and that's not inconsequential. You're not looking for drama. The silent collapse is what you're looking for. It's usually not noisy, and the fracture is the one you don't want to see, and for that very reason, it leads to the file. The deeper layer is shown here. Fractures whisper rather than scream. They thrive on the blank looks, the skipped lines, and the "it was nothing" moments. The black file is hidden in what was never processed at all. Examine the memory in step 4. Now write the memory, paying only attention to the sensory details. What was the atmosphere of the room? Who was present? What was said before it shifted? Was your body hot, cold, or numb? Then answer these. What did I learn to hide then? Why didn't I? Which perspective became deeply embedded? If you feel shaken, you're getting close. This step is not about reliving The goal is to expose details, make up the doorway, not ideas, not stories. The air's texture and a voice's tone are where the real imprint is found. Disregard the plot. Be mindful of the pressure. You're recording the places where your truth was changed. Your identity is reflected in every response. You write down, and it's real because of this. You're decoding programming, not recovering memory, your body's memory. Recall differs from your mind's. The black file starts to open itself at this point. Step 5. Sit uncomfortably at this stage. Most people give up. You should stop. Don't move. 10 minutes. Don't write. Don't be distracted. Just let your body feel it. You're not fixing anything. You're finally facing it. At this point, everything shifts. The mind will beg for relaxation, analysis, or escape. Prevent it from occurring. Let the discomfort do its work. It's not pain, it's presence. Healing feels like this before it feels good. Stillness is not passivity. It is confrontation without protection. You will regain what avoidance took away from you, if you persevere through it. This is the reality that your body is already aware of. The buried rise to the surface. When there is stillness, your nervous system is releasing the freeze, which is why your breath may shake. This isn't a breakdown, it's an opening. The 6th step is to translate the file. Make a new list. Title it, How This Moment Still Controls Me. Name 5 ways that a specific event continues to affect you. How you struggle. Avoid, withdraw, aim for success, and fear intimacy. There is code on every line, but now it's conscious. Here's why that has a significant impact. It has come to light that what once appeared to be personality is actually programming. You weren't reacting randomly. You were practicing survival. Every trait you thought was inherent to you has a backstory. And once you see the root, you can rewire. This is where the black file begins to lose its grip. Because you're reading it out loud, awareness stops the autopilot, and it begins to change at this point. The loop is broken by naming it. Your responses were practiced, never haphazard. You can now make a different choice for the first time. Step 7. Put an end to the meeting. Write this down. We have now decoded this. Memory, I can reclaim it without having to go through it again. Then do something about it. Go outside. Make contact with a physical object. Speak. Breathe. Laugh. Take a stroll. The task is now finished. If you remain in thought, the file will stay trapped in your mind and re-emerge underground. This step cannot be negotiated because of this. Integration occurs in the body, not the mind. Now that you've discovered something significant, you need proof that your system is safe. Movement serves as the shifts. Anchor. Physical space breaks the emotional trance. We're done here, you tell your nervous system. We were successful. This is what completes the change. Your body signals that it is safe once more when you touch the world. Motion transforms knowledge into recollection. You run the risk of pushing the file back into the dark if you don't do this. Avoid opening multiple files simultaneously. Denial is used for protection. You risk destabilization if you push things too far. It's not therapy, it is psychological reconnaissance, and not everybody ought to use it.